Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in to this week's video message. This week we celebrate our final set of fall holidays, Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah. Shemini Atzeret is considered both the last day of Sukkot, the 8th day of Sukkot, and a holiday in and of itself, featuring Yizkor and prayers for rain. Simchat Torah comes right after Shemini Atzeret and is our celebration of the end and the beginning again of our Torah reading cycle. Yet these holidays have also taken on a new resonance, as it was on Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah last year that our Israeli siblings were brutally attacked by Hamas. It was on Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah last year that thousands of Israelis were murdered, hundreds taken captive, kibbutzim in the south burned to the ground in horrifying scenes and violence, many assaulted and injured and displaced, and it was the day that launched the devastating war that has taken the lives of so many thousands of people in Israel and Gaza over this year. With the war continuing on, and with Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah being the anniversary of the October 7th attacks, how do we celebrate? How do we dance with the Torahs? How do we celebrate in light of the horror that we have and are still experiencing? I want to suggest that this year Shemini Atzeret be a more somber and solemn celebration than usual. Indeed, the Torah calls Shemini Atzeret a solemn gathering, and this year this resonates particularly. I know for many communities in Israel and around the world, these holidays will be more somber and solemn than in usual years. They'll include silence and prayers for the hostages, prayers for all of the dead in Israel and Gaza during Yizkor, and will include prayers for healing and hope for the future. As we pray for rain on Shemini Atzeret, we're also connecting to our fragility and to our yearning for the future. We, of course, depend on God and the universe to send us rain in the coming months so that our crops will flourish. And on Shemini Atzeret, we express this fragility and this need before God and the universe for sustenance. Perhaps this Shemini Atzeret, we can expand on our prayers for rain and can make this a time to express our fragility and our need for justice and for healing and for peace speedily in our days. And we can take it as a real opportunity to express our yearning, our fears, our fragility, and our deep hopes for the future. We can take Shemini Atzeret this year as a more solemn holiday and a holiday to really express the heartbreak and anguish and hope on our hearts. And this Simchat Torah, perhaps we can celebrate the Torah in a different way than usual this year. Instead of only celebrating our love for the Torah, perhaps we can lift up the power and potential of Torah in the world. Every week we say about the Torah that it is an Eitz Chaim, it is a tree of life, and that all of its pathways are peace. And perhaps this Simchat Torah we can celebrate our role as a Jewish people in bringing a Torah of peace and justice and wholeness into the world. Certainly there are parts of the Torah that promote violence and war, and there are those who would turn to those parts of the Torah and commit terrible acts of violence and war in the Torah's name. But it's upon us as a Jewish people to choose otherwise, and to choose a Torah of justice and peace, and to shape a world in reflection of the true heart of Torah, which is compassion and justice and peace for all people. Perhaps this is what we celebrate this Simchat Torah. I hope you will join us for our Shemini Atzeret service this Wednesday night and for our Simchat Torah celebration as a community on Thursday night. In whatever ways you're celebrating this holiday, I hope that these holidays bring all of us and our world the healing and peace that we sorely need.